And we go.
Greetings, mortals.
here.
Brimthen Babbles here, and we are going to be doing a Brimthen Babbles podcast. We've got my guy, MrDumpling, over here, and he is tuning in on his stream as well. That's why it's a little bit kind of funky with us both kind of coming up here. Welcome to the Babbles podcast here, MrDumpling. Once again.
Hi, buddy. How are you? Doing all right today?
Dude, every day's a good day, man.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
But here at the Babbles podcast, I bring on just about anybody on the planet, and if you want to come on to the podcast, go over to my Discord. There's a place to request to be on the Discord, and we'll schedule it up and put you on here. MrDumpling here is a returning guest. He has been on here once before, and what is funny, and I've got a little thing I want to tell everybody here. When we first met, it was pretty much just for the podcast deal, and we have basically just became absolute best streamer buddies so far. Like, we have made so many little series together and done so many little things together here. You know, we played Vermintide 2, we've played Warhammer games, we've like hung out on Minecraft servers, we've been doing Star Citizen as of recently, and we're just back and forth in each other's chats constantly.
There we go. Sorry. Had a little bit of an audio bug. It's fine. It's fine now.
It's all good, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay.
But yeah, great friendship so far, and you know, hopefully many more memories to make together down the line.
Heck yeah, man. So, Brim, I got a question.
Sure.
How does it feel, bud? Like, you know, you're doing it, you're actually achieving like your goals, like you're setting out to do everything you've put forth. Like, how does it feel?
Bruh,
like genuinely.
I've still not completely coped with it at this point, because like just today we are hitting like I think we just broke. Now we're 11 away from breaking 8,000 followers on TikTok. And
wow. Last time I saw it was 5. 8.
3 days ago, I was celebrating that it was 3,999 because I was like, I'm gonna hit 4,000, and then like now I'm like 8,000. Like,
dude, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And then like we're at 261 ish on Twitch, and I think I've got right now 53 subs or something like that. Like, we're doing pretty good. My YouTube in the same amount of time has tripled. I was like at 120, and now I'm up into the 550s. So, wow. It's unreal. And I'm kind of just managing it right now because it's a lot. Because in a way it came at a great time, and in a way it came at a bad time, because I had 40 episodes of Bjorn Souls to edit, and I needed to take some time to like edit that out. Whereas I wanted to keep streaming, and I really kind of wanted this hype when my nephew was down here, because like I wanted to show him how much we had really like grown and became. You know, we had a great showing up of what we already had out of fans. You know, Nance was there for literally every single stream for Bjorn Souls, as he usually is. And, you know, my nephew had a really good time. I had a really good time with it. But I just wish we could have had that kind of outpour, you know, when he was here, because that would have changed the whole vibe.
I enjoyed watching Bjorn Souls so much. I was always so hyped just to watch. It was so much fun.
Genuinely. But hey, you know, you are doing awesome too here now, man. You know, the last time that we was on this podcast together, you were not an affiliate just yet, and I watched you get affiliate. It was such a big moment. Like, everybody was so excited, and I think you're getting what was you like 75 or 80 now at this point, somewhere in there?
I'm almost at 90 right now.
90, man, even more than I thought. I thought.
I'm at 89, but hey, it's all good. Dang. You know what? I'm enjoying what I have, and I'm very humbled by all the people that have, you know, donated their time to me to hang out and spend, you know, it doesn't, you know, at the end of the day, for me, it's about just being entertaining. And if I can entertain just one person, that's all I care about.
And that's what happened to me over this last little bit is during the Star Citizen thing and like when the Reddit blew up, I had that kind of moment where I was like, I actually entertain people. Like it was that like, holy crap, like I have made something that people wanted to watch. And that like was such a different feeling.
Like your TikToks have like exponentially gotten better, and it definitely shows. Like it's really nice.
Well, I'm putting more time and energy into it and editing more often. Like I'm focusing on editing my videos and making them as good as possible. So I'm just gonna keep growing is all it is.
I can't wait to see you, man. I can't wait to see what else you do, what else you have planned. Is there any other collabs you have like planned on like down the line? Is there anyone like in the future?
Right now, pushing Star Citizen with you and Foxtrot, and hopefully Nance, if he's able to. But obviously our D&D campaign that we're setting up, that's something that I'm wanting to do really big. It's going to be every other Friday, 6 p.m. is what I'm thinking right now. Okay. And really excited about that. Still working on it. I should be ready in September to start that up. Whatever week is good for mainly good for Nance. Nance is the one that we're really wanting to be there and like work with. So we're gonna try to like kind of cater to his situation. So if we have to wait till October, I'll wait for Nance in a heartbeat.
I mean, he's honestly like he's such a genuinely awesome dude, and I'd love to do a campaign with him. And the one that we did, the to get my feet wet, so much fun. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna be doing some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And then collab wise, probably more podcasts and stuff. But I don't really have like definitive things planned out. It's kind of just like who pops up into my DMs and is like, hey, like let's do a thing. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah, man.
So
eventually, I'd like to kind of bring Tiny Ship into the fold.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm liking Tiny Ship so far.
Oh, definitely with Star Citizen, man. So helpful.
Oh yeah. Operator Graves, what up? But I want to bring kind of Tiny Ship on board and stuff. The other thing though is I am currently about to really dedicate myself to a schedule. That's something that I haven't done yet, like as a streamer, and it's something I should do. It's looking like 6 p.m.s is the majority of it, and I'm going with, for streaming side, 3 off days, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll be streaming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays.
Oh, nice.
And then Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, the way that I've got it set up is Tuesdays is going to be a rest day for me. Hey, if I'm not caught up, I'm going to use it as an editing day. Wednesday is a definite 100%. I'm not streaming on it unless I have a guest or somebody's schedule that needs me to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I will make myself available for anybody, anytime. Like we're not stuck to that when it comes to other people. It's just what I'm telling my viewers and what I'm telling everybody. That's my goal. But Wednesday's an emergency day where it's like I am super behind. I need to edit. Like that's the only way. Because I need time to spend with family and take care of my grandmother and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then Thursday, again, a catch-up day, but like a rest day. So that's my goal. And then obviously...
When are you planning on having the schedule like set in stone, like where like it's going to be implemented? Like you think about the next weeks or the next like couple, like next month or?
Probably right after the stream.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I'm just wondering because I know you because you're still working on the D&D stuff. You're trying to get all the other stuff work together. You're still doing all your editing. How far are you with Bjorn Souls? I know you showed me an edit with that.
Done. All 40 episodes are done as of like last night, and I built a new shelving unit for like organizing D&D.
Very cool.
Those like mechanic shop $200 like super metal shelves that they put like motors and stuff on. It's like 3,000 pound shelves. I've had one of them for like a year or two.
Very cool.
Because I cram it full of like electronics and like hobby stuff, and that stuff weighs a lot. When you're talking about books and you're talking about like heavy wood stuff, you can't just put it on any normal shelves. So I loaded that up, and it's gotten crammed packed, so I've put a second one next to it. And clever thing for anybody out there that's like, man, I just, I have this stuff on the side of this wall, and I just don't know what to do with it, and it looks so bad, it looks cluttery. Put a green screen up over it.
That's what I do.
Just put a curtain over it, man.
That's literally what I do.
Just put a curtain over it. It's the streamer's like way of throwing stuff under a rug. Like, it's not there if you can't see it.
Like, honestly, like, you guys might not believe it or not, but I stream in my living room. I do. I do. And that's what I do. I stream in my living room, and I do what I can do because that's how I get by. You know what I mean? Hell, I mean, I knew a guy who streamed like in his bathroom. Okay,
really?
He didn't use it. It wasn't used for like the facilities, but you know what I mean. Like, you got to do what you got to do, and
you
people,
do what you
know what I mean.
Oh yeah. What's funny about me, like kind of getting rid of some secrets as streamers. Like you use a green screen. This is the only angle I could ever set my camera.
It's all a green screen, don't worry.
It's all a green screen. Oh, this is just a green screen. I'm a VTuber. This is a 3D model. I'm just pretending to look real. But no, like check this out. You're gonna love this. All right, so watch this. I'm gonna take my camera, and I genuinely mean it. This is the only angle I am allowed to use because if I start moving it even slightly, you get into like all of the mess of the room. Like it's super garbage. And if you look behind me, the entire up here is not even like finished. It's like all crap walls and drywall and stuff. So like, but if you just turn it to where it meets the E on zombie right here, like if you turn it right there where the camera meets the E on zombie, the viewers will never know that the whole rest of this upstairs is absolutely undone, unpainted, not even carpeted. Ha!
It's okay. Look, you never see my bottom half, so it's like I don't even have legs, so it's fine.
Comfy short gang over here.
That's right. I'd stand up, but I feel like I'd knock over the green screen. What's up, Mr. Havoc? Are you doing well today, bud? Are you feeling better, man? Streamer secrets. He's an android.
Doing them streamer secrets.
He's an android. That's funny.
And I'll tell you another secret of mine. So I'm a larger gentleman, and
likewise.
In the first series of Bjorn Souls, I had an XL shirt. Now I wear XL shirts normally, even buttons, but like the cotton plaid purple that I used to have shrunk in the wash. So like through like half of the first series of Bjorn Souls when I was first starting out, my belly button was just like through the whole entire thing. You just see my belly button the whole time. So I covered it up with Bjorn's name. I just like put a name there. I was like Brimthen plus Bjorn. I just covered up my belly button. So now for my streamer shirts and stuff, like I make sure to buy 3XL. They are huge. And all I got to do is just say, it does not matter.
I wear like a 2X, like, I don't know.
Guns. I have none. I have like no gun.
I don't know.
Oh god.
I want to start going back to the gym. I really do. I want to get jacked like I used to be. So like when I was younger, so like you see this, they used to be up to here. I was huge. Yeah. Like it was like
it's in just high football school, pads, bro. It's just
I had to like turn. They're not hockey pads.
They're not hockey pads. Bro. But
so another quick question. So is there any like new like animes or anything like that you've been interested in, or something you've been, just in general?
So I have rewatched Roka with my nephew, and I rewatched Fate Zero with my nephew.
Nice.
But right now, as far as like anime that I'm watching, I am on episode 634 of One Piece and trying my best to catch up. So I am dedicated to One Piece right now. I'm killing out maybe 10 episodes a day or something like that.
I love his setup too, believe me. I love his setup as well.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. Oh, and Dumpling, you're the second person to be on the new setup of Brimthen Babbles. On my stream over here, I now have a randomized background where things kind of happen randomly. Like bats will go by the window. I've got rats that run through. Cool. There's this one moment that happens every 10 minutes, and it's one of two things. Either the book like comes out with magic and a little tentacle like comes up and shuts the book, or two little skeletons will walk out and like sweeping, and then they like look up at us and go, oh, they're streaming, and like the other one just pulls the other skeleton away. It's super adorable. Grace worked really hard on that, and I got it working. So then there's like spiders and other random stuff that ends up happening. So
I love it, man.
It's really dope. Because I wanted to add kind of like a living world to the background. Like, hey, then right now there's a little rat running down at the bottom of the screen right now. Ah.
What? No?
No,
we're not going to talk about rats, mice. We're not doing that. Okay.
Hey, you got to like mop your background, man. Like you've got like a leak on these pipes or something.
Hey, man, look. All right, look. I'll get I'll get the plumber in maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the next day.
Tomorrow. I've always wanted to ask you a couple of the questions here. So like, you decided what posters is in the background of your background, right?
Yes.
So like, tell me a little bit about the choices you made on those, because I noticed like Terminator is one of them.
Well, I mean, I honestly love like Schwarzenegger is like one of my favorite like actors. I mean, I know he's like getting up there; he's like 80, but when Terminator came out, like, I'll lay some pipe. Oh God, you have plenty of contracts. Oh God, no. No. Anyway, sorry. My chat, he's being I love the Terminator, and I'm a big fan of Schwarzenegger, and that was like one of the first movies that I got to see, my first sci-fi movie. It was a little bit scary because I was like younger when it came out, because this came out in like say like 86, I think it's when it came out, but I was like super young. But I loved it, and then I've followed a lot of his film career. I've enjoyed a lot of his stuff. The other one actually is Blade Runner. Another awesome sci-fi movie if you've never seen it.
Blade Runner's awesome.
Amazing. Blade Runner's so good. And then the other poster is it's a Ghost poster, because I enjoy their music a lot, so I thought that was fun to incorporate some of that. They do have a song called Rats, which I do actually like their song. I know, dude. I would love to see Zombie. I've never actually seen him live. I've seen Ozzy though. I was very happy about that. I did go to Ozfest.
I was looking on your stream and pointing at the Ghost poster.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, you can like
over
poke me.
just wait, you're cool.
That's so cool on your stream, bro. It makes no sense on mine or my videos though. Yeah. You could give me a little kiss over there.
Okay. There you go. That's for you. That's for you. As I green screen myself. But yeah, so my little thing right here, here.
Yeah, the dumpling noodle thing.
Well, the ramen. I'm a big fan of ramen. And then, like that's another thing, like leading back to anime and stuff like that. Just I've always enjoyed. Oh my. What's up, Nance? What's up, buddy? You jumping back and forth, my guy?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I've always loved the ramen. I've never been to a ramen shop yet, but I want to, and I think it'd be super fun to actually go and to have it prepared like they do, like like in the animes where they throw like an egg on top, and then they throw all the really cool ingredients. Like I'd love to do that,
dude. Straight up, and to walk from the street, sit down, and have just that little curtain behind you type thing, and just be in the shop, like that is a whole aesthetic and mood. So
is it? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then but what I want to do is one of those sushi conveyor belt things where the food goes by, you pull the plate off the conveyor belt, you eat it, and you put it in a little thing, and it keeps track of how many plates you eat, and each plate's the same price, and like
what?
Have you not seen that? Have you not seen that?
No. I've never even heard of that. That sounds awesome.
Bro, I after this, I'm gonna be sending you a link and so that you can like watch that stuff because it is super dope.
I doubt there's anything around here though.
So just like no, there's nothing like that even in the States. I don't think. I mean, well, there might be because like people, times kind of change, but they've been doing that for a long time. Like in Japan, there's these places and you sit down in a booth like you would any other restaurant, and on the other side of the booth is this conveyor belt that goes around and plates with little covers kind of go around this conveyor belt, and they've like cut up sushi or made rice or like chicken, whatever it is that they're serving there. And you just literally put your hand over, grab the plate off the conveyor belt, put the cover back on the conveyor belt, eat it. And once you have an empty plate, you just put it in this little slide like mailbox type thing, and it slides down, and every time you put a plate in it racks up your order. Some places have a little TV screen like bowling alleys have, and if you do like 5 plates or 10 plates, it'll play little like animations and stuff and be like or whatever and play noise. And if for some places like their 10th plate will throw a gotcha ball type deal, and you'll get like a little anime figurine or something out of it.
That's awesome. I would love that. I honestly would love that. I really would. Those places are awesome. I want to go. Are we all gonna plan a trip to Japan? That'd be nice, right?
Dude, I would love to go to Japan. Like, genuinely, like, I would go tomorrow. I love it.
It'd be great. So is there any like things coming up that you want to attend, like any conventions or like Comic-Cons or any kind of like Gen Cons or anything like that coming up?
I don't know when the next one's going to be, but I do want to go to the next Star Citizen convention because apparently they do Star Citizen conventions. I literally haven't done any research on it. I don't know anything about it, but I think it would just be really cool. Like, and this is just me being slightly hopeful, but like I build up a little, community around Star Citizen that's been watching me, and then I can like go meet those same people at the convention.
A meet and greet?
Yeah, like a meet and greet. I want to do a meet and greet. That would be awesome.
It'd be amazing.
Citizen Con, that's it. Toasty Brit brought in there. It's called Citizen Con.
There's a LexCon next month? Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. But
it's probably out in Lexington.
3 things. Never been to a con, first of all. Just never really had time. Railroad kept me away from it. 2, I've never really had much of a reason to go to a con either, because like unless I'm like trying to do like a cosplay or something like that, I'm really not that interested in doing it. And 3, I've never been big enough to be like an influencer going to a con. So I would like to try to get up to like influencer kind of status to where I could do a meet and greet, because that would make it so much more special for me, because I'm not really like a shopping type person or just a roaming around type person. Like I shop every now and then, but like I don't have much reason to go to a con, you know what I'm saying?
Nice. But that'd be really great though, honestly. Having that payoff, having people come in, you know what I mean, gathering, and then be like, you get to meet Brimthen in the flesh, you know?
Sir Baldus just said, I watched Brim playing Star Citizen one time, and now my For You page on TikTok is full of Star Citizen stuff. I know.
Dude, I know.
it's great. Oh, man.
Oh, so Brimdumpling, you're my influencers. Havoc, you're the best, buddy. You really are, man.
We appreciate Havoc.
We try. We just hope we entertain at the end of the day. That's like both of us, honestly. We just hope that we entertain people and give somebody a laugh. That's honestly it.
Yeah. So that's like what I first started out for, like YouTube, back when I was called Dark Celtic Gaming and stuff. Like my original goal was to make content that I could go back and look at later, because like I have, long-term memory. Me and you've talked about it before, but like I wanted to be able to go back and watch myself playing video games for the first time. And I always put an asterisk on it. I'm always trying to entertain. I'm always making content like it's for somebody else. That way, if I ever came back and watched it, it's like I've made it for, anybody, even myself,
Exactly.
And if I can entertain even just one person, I'm happy with my job. So.
And recently you've been entertaining a lot of new people. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of new faces, man. It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
And that's why I started up the Q&A thing over on my TikTok, which anybody watching right now, go put a question on my Q&A on TikTok, go to my profile, go to that little Q&A thing, hit it, I'll make a video on TikTok for it. I'm doing every single one of them that gets asked.
Dude, I saw those. Those are amazing. Those are super fun. You know, and it's just honestly like watching, because you've been blowing up my For You page as well, like just like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like as soon as I open it, immediately it's like Brimthen. And I'm like, damn, that's awesome. Like I'm super jazzed about it. I'm like, that's so cool, man.
Yeah, I'm very nice. Surprised by the reach, because I figured it would be a lot slower of a growth. But at this rate, I'm probably looking at 10K by the end of next weekend, if it keeps, as long as it keeps, going like it is. So
you keep pushing Star Citizen and then push your souls, and then I mean, is there any other games you have planned to do? I mean, because I know we started up some stuff with like Vermintide, and then we can push stuff with. I was gonna try to push some stuff with D&D. I've recently started doing stuff myself with like getting new dice, getting new things, trying to do like reviews, I guess, so to speak, of like stuff that I'm getting for D&D, like the campaign. I don't have any miniatures yet, but I mean, technically, I wouldn't have a board, but yeah. Is there anything like that you're going to be doing?
And it might impact my channel negatively, but I just want to do it because I've always wanted to do it. My primary right now, and I mean this wholeheartedly, my primary is Star Citizen, because I am hooked. Like, even right now, I would rather be flying in space. Like, just be honest.
Oh, I'm jonesing right now. I want to play,
but I can't stream it all the time. I'm a variety streamer. I got to keep the pace moving around, or I don't want to get into a niche ever. Yeah. So right now, I'm probably going to dedicate like 2 days a week out of my 4-day schedule to Star Citizen, some type deal. And then one day is going to be D&D, and then the other is most likely going to be retro video games or Dark Souls or just whatever variety stuff that I want to do. And then podcasts are just anywhere, anytime, like just whenever people can. You know what I mean? Podcasts don't have a schedule. They're just like, hey, we're doing a podcast today. What up?
Come on down.
It's based on other people's schedules, so like I can't justify it. But
exactly,
the retro video game thing, that was what my first iteration of everything I've ever been doing is. Because like I said, I had that long-term memory retention problem. Right. I want to play through every single childhood game I've ever played in chronological order. And it has been an experience for me, because this is something that a lot of people that's new to the channel, even probably you, don't even know too much about. I started out playing MS-DOS games, playing Oregon Trail, Number Munchers, and then I played God,
wow.
Yeah.
That takes me back. Takes me back.
And I played some games that people probably haven't heard of, which is like Deep Sea Ocean Aquarium, like 3D Adventure or whatever, and then like 3D Dinosaurs. And
you play Line Rider?
I did play Line Rider, but that's newer than the stuff I'm talking about. I'm talking about MS-DOS, like in 89, 91 year, like before I was born. 28-year-old freaking games, and I'm gonna be playing the original Duke Nukem at some point as well.
Nice.
But I've been going up, and I'm out of my DOS games. I started playing Game Boy games. I played all of the Game Boy games that I ever owned, except for the Pokemons. I'm still gonna go back and play the Pokemon sometime. And then I'm now into my PlayStation 1 era, and I have held off on doing it because of the job loss, the art, and getting built on the channel. So soon we're going to be doing PlayStation 1 games, starting with the first thing I ever played, which was a demo disc. But I to my current knowledge, I own every video game that I've ever played still. I've lost a few through time. I got some stole out of a backpack when I was in elementary school. Yeah, it sucked. But I've rebought some of those games. I visited Kentucky recently and saw my buddy Zalost again, and we went into an old game store, and I bought the Incredible Hulk for PlayStation 1 and 4x4 hardcore hardcore 4x4 derby or something like that. So
I wish I had the systems to be able to do that myself, but I mean, like for me, I've been trying to find emulators that I enjoy, and I don't know, like what I want to do is I want to go back myself and do like retro games, I like fighting games I used to play, like Streets of Rage, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like that's like what I grew up on, was like those, and like Turok and everything else, because like
what you would like. The first time Bjorn was ever on my channel, we went through and played every co-op game that I had in the retro category. So we played Mortal Kombat 2. We played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. We played a whole bunch of like old retro games. If you go to my YouTube and go to my playlist and find retro co-op, you will see the first renditions of when like my nephew was on the stream. And I think you would love to watch the Mortal Kombat one.
I would love to. Heck yeah, man. Dude, I love watching. See, like, so, like, how it is with you with, like, Dark Souls? Like, I like to watch new players play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. Because, like, I eventually kind of want to do it, but, like, do Mortal Kombat on my channel, but I don't know.
Yeah,
because some people. Because I used to try to, like, train for, like, tournaments and stuff. So, before COVID actually hit, I was going to go to Combo Breaker, which is out in Chicago. And I was going to try out, see how well I did in the tournament. But, with everything going on, I've been kind of out of practice. But I don't know. I definitely want to try and get back into that. And hopefully maybe do some streams for, like, Mortal Kombat or, like, Street Fighter or something like that. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I have recently been sitting and thinking about content creation as a whole. And I've realized that a large portion of reaching an audience isn't about what game you're playing. Like, a lot of people will tell you, like, be sure you're playing the right games, the games that people are watching and stuff. But
yeah, like non-saturated and stuff like that.
Yeah, or saturated, based on finding out luck and stuff. But like,
this is true.
Not necessarily. It is viewer retention. Your ability to sit and commune with your chat and bring them back. Take Sir Baldus, for example. I don't know who Sir Baldus is in real life, but Sir Baldus has been in every one of my streams so far because
we love him.
He's awesome. He finds me entertaining. And a little bit of this is about getting that connection with people so they keep coming back. Because like at the end of the day, nobody's going to want to watch you sit there and play Warzone, not talking. Like you got to be entertaining. Like this,
you're just like looking at it. You're like, yeah,
I'm going to go in there, and you're just talking to your squad mates. You're not checking chat. Like,
yeah.
Stream like you are making a YouTube video. Stream like people don't know what the game is you're playing. Even if it's Warzone. Like, so I've got this gun, and this is the reason why I'm using this gun. This is why I'm going into this house at this angle, because I'm expecting these people to be around this corner. I'm getting this loadout. This is my perk setup. This is what I'm doing. Like, always, every single time.
Havoc, he's actually kind of answering the question like as he's talking immediately right now. He's so his question is, do we have any tips for small streamers or small guys? So, I mean, like as you're going into it, like right now, you're literally answering it.
Stream like 100 people are watching and you're trying to teach them. Or the easier way of saying it is, like I've always said, stream like you're making it for a YouTube video. You are making this content to put out there for future people to watch. And that changes how you're going to communicate what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? It's the mentality behind it. There's a lot of people that'll tell you turn off your viewer count. Like, and that helps at the end of the day. Hey, Toast just said this literally as I was saying it. He said the tip I was given was turn your view count off and always act like you got 50 people watching.
Dude, I do that anyway, honestly. Mentally, like when I start going, dude, I'm focusing on the game, I don't even look at the numbers. Yes, I have them actively going, but I don't ever like, reference, such and such. You know what I mean? If people come in, they have a good time, they hang out, that's all like I care about. But I'm always going at like 100% all the time.
All the time. And you got to stay that way. You got to keep that way. That's what keeps people coming back, you know? For me, I have never turned my viewer count off. And the reason why is even if I was streaming to 0, and I was streaming to 0 for a long time, like before I met you, before any growth whatsoever, I was streaming to 0s, 1s, 2s, 3s, just like everybody else does when they first start out.
Yep.
It was, I would look over to see if somebody was there, but I never changed how I was talking. I was still making it for YouTube. The only reason I want to know that people are there is the odds of seeing a message in my chat. I look over and I see 0. I'm more focused on my game. I'm more focused on making my YouTube video. And then I'll glance over. If there's one there, then I'm glancing more often to look at chat to see whether or not I need to respond to chat. As long as nobody's there, I'm on game. As soon as I see somebody there, hey, I'm on you. I'm gonna pull that interaction. You know, I'm gonna ask you about your day. I'm gonna see what you're doing on. We are going to become friends through chat.
Indeed. And that's kind of like how you know we bonded and collaborated on everything. Honestly, it was honestly, I was getting a review from another streamer, and Brim hopped in the chat and was like, "Hey man, I like your stuff. Let's do this thing. Let's have a collab." And then we started talking, and just it bloomed into what it is now. And it's been a wonderful friendship, honestly.
And I do that still to this day, even with like the group of streamers that I already have, with the group of friends that I have, with the numbers that I have. I'm still just going into someone's random stream, seeing what they got going on, seeing if I vibe with them, see what their personality is like, throwing them a little, few things to talk about, asking them questions about things, and just shooting back and forth, make a rapport. Never go into a streamer's chat and be like, "Hey, let me queue up with you and let's play a game." I don't know you. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I don't know you. Like, get to know me first, at least.
This is true. Like, coming in immediately and like, "Hey man, let's party up." Like, I don't know, man.
No.
You never know how people are gonna react. You know what I mean? Because they could honestly come in and just be fictitious, and you never know.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, during Bjorn Souls, I literally had a guy that came in and just started ragging on my nephew's like style of playing Dark Souls. Oh yeah. What was funny is it was like his second time playing the game, so he didn't even really have like a lot of skill, but he was sitting there going, "There's no way that you can beat Artorias without heavy armor and the best weapons in the game. Like, how do you not have armor? Like, you're just going to die. It's impossible to beat Artorias without a massive armor." And I'm like,
I think I beat it naked.
Yeah. most people do, because rolling is superior. It is. Rolling is superior at the end of the
day. I think I beat it naked while using a hammer.
But now, just to speak on it, Toastbrit, for a second, it's based on the streamer too. Because, like, yeah, while I said what I just said a second ago, there's a good chance that, like, if I don't have something better to do, I'm gonna just dive in there and play a game with you. Like,
exactly.
It's really just based on what's going on. It's timing also. So there is an etiquette to Twitch, though, and I really do push people to learn that etiquette.
I always want to feel someone out before, you know what I mean? Before I just immediately just do whatever. Because, like I said, you never know.
Oh yeah, never can know.
But I'm always excited to meet new people. I'm always excited for new interactions, having new people. Like, it's always an amazing experience. Like, honestly, genuinely, it really is super fun, and I love it.
And something that I've noticed, and I'm really glad I pushed this direction, because I didn't know it at the time when I started the podcast. I had no idea about this before I started the podcast. I've learned, because at this point we're like on like episode 20 something, 30 maybe on the podcast. It has opened up smaller streamers' vocal cords to where they can talk. And like, like, for example, if you've never been on a podcast before, you've never been in this kind of situation before, you kind of are forced to talk and open up those vocal cords. And if you don't, you're going to flummox a little bit and that kind of thing. And the way that it's a little bit mean. I recognize I'm being a little bit mean to certain small streamers out there. So, you know, it is what it is. But if you're going to be a streamer, you need to be able to talk about yourself. At the end of the day, you need to be able to go, hey, I'm Brimthen Barlow, and I like tigers. Like, I really like white tigers. I have a stuffed animal back here with a hat on, and he's a cool cat. Like, not being able to do that is the Funko Pops. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Not being able to do that kind of really hurts you, because when you're in a stream and you're trying to communicate back and forth and all you're doing is sticking to like small sentences, like, that's true. Like you can't carry a conversation with just answering yes or no's. Like Dumpling here being very quiet because he's ran out of things to say because I didn't give him a hook. If you notice right here, he has to sit and think about what to say because I didn't end my sentence with something that he could carry on. Did I call you out on it? Did I call you out on it?
He's right. It's fine.
I did it on purpose.
But I was listening very intently.
Exactly.
Oh, so another quick question. I know you're going through like a whole new branding thing. So is there any word on like new stickers or any kind of new merch or anything you got going on in the works? Anything that you have got a spin on? Hats, t-shirts, beanies. I know for a long time you used to have a beanie you used to wear all the time. So any kind of winter gear or anything like that?
Well, we're in summer mode right now. Like it's still summertime. Nothing's really changed yet on summertime. And when we get into winter, and the AC isn't blowing directly on me, and I need to stay warm and stuff, then I'll put the purple plaid back on for wintertime. But right now it's not winter, so. But as far as merch goes, nah. Like I'm just sticking to stickers. Once I get a bigger following and can justify running a merch shop, then we'll have actual merch and stuff. It's really when the demand comes in, because a community, once it gets big enough, will start actually asking, like, can we get shirts? Can we get hats? I'd like to buy a couple or whatever, So right now I just have stickers and the stickers sell every now and then. When the stickers start selling really good, we'll start getting into hats and, selling shirts and other stuff like that. But, I'll probably start up a third sticker pack, with Grace's new art that she's been putting in for my,
it looks really beautiful.
Yeah,
like it really does. It looks really fantastic.
So, yeah. Let's see what else is there. No, other than that, like I'm just kind of vibing out, getting set up. The biggest news that I have for updates is going to be the new camera, because, me and you working together for this stream, like there's a lot of setting up for this camera, and I really like, it's a great camera. It looks good. Like I could go the rest of my streaming career with this camera, but it's not made for video. It's currently overheating. It's currently, to turn it on. Here's the trick. To turn my camera on, I have to flick the switch off. Mm-hmm. I have to take the battery out, put the battery back in, then hit the flash focus button without the on switch on, then hit on. And if I don't do that, it'll just sit there and blink a little yellow light. And I've reformatted it. I've done a whole bunch of stuff, but it's because this camera isn't designed to be constantly on HDMI output, and it's not designed for video. There's a lot of like fuzzy crap in the background for me. It's a great photo camera. I could take wedding photos with it. I could make some amazing photography with it, but it is not designed for video at the end of the day. So
what is the upgrade that you're looking to get, or who you have in mind?
I've already got it. It's coming Thursday. It's a Sony A7R III.
Nice.
Big boy camera, $3,500.
Wow.
I'm excited about it, but it's something that I've been needing for a long time, and I saved up a bunch of money for it, and Doge went up, so yeah, Doge kind of
I did see
bought
this.
it for me. So.
Saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I bought Doge when it dropped down to 18 cents, and it went up to like 38 in the last 3 days or something like that. So I sold it and bought a camera. So
heck yeah, dude.
Not
awesome.
Not financial advice.
Oh, I don't ever use any.
Not
I
financial
don't use
advice
stocks at all.
Just because I was able to doesn't mean you can.
Yeah, we do not give out financial advice. We are not advisors. We are not accountants. Well, okay, not. I don't know about Brim, but I am not an accountant.
I'm definitely not either. I saw the Shiba Inu and I was like, it's cute. I'm gonna go for that.
But yeah, so we don't give out any kind of financial advice or anything like that. The only thing we kind of do is give you guys some tips that things that we've done, trips and challenges that we've overcome, and things that we've done. Honestly,
oh, yeah.
So
yeah. At the end of the day, it's a fun journey. I like to tell people, every day is a good day. Some are just tougher than others.
This is true.
But now tell me about your plans. So what do you got? What do you got in the works here?
Well, I've got a few collabs that I want to do with some of the boys. So I've got one that I want to do with Nance. I had recently we were talking about doing some Marvel Avengers. I think it'd be kind of fun to mess around with that. And apparently he was saying that Black Panther was just released, so that'd be really fun to jump in, be able to mess around with that, and do a collab with Nance, because like Nance is always super fun.
Yeah,
and I love him to death. He's super awesome, great guy. We've got our D&D thing going on in September. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, honestly, just trying to do more podcasts, honestly. I don't really know what else. I mean, I don't know. I upgraded my monitors. I don't know. That's like the only thing. So I'm running three 27-inch monitors now. I've actually got 3 of them set up right now. They look beautiful. I don't know. Hopefully, I want to save up some money and possibly do a dual PC setup, so we could, do some Star Citizen together and whatnot, more often, and I can possibly be able to stream it, because as of right now, my machine can only run it. I don't want to stream it because I don't want my PC to set on fire.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another thing. On the TikTok side of things, I've gotten so many comments of people being like, "Is this on the Xbox?" I'm like, bro, your Xbox would melt. Your Xbox would die.
I thought they were talking about putting Star Citizen on the Xbox, but they wouldn't do it till like the Series X. Like the newest Xbox might be able to handle it, but I don't know if it'd be super optimized, or you know what I mean? That'd be the only kind of downside, because I know they were talking about it like 2-3 E3s ago. They were talking about Star Citizen being the new thing. So I don't know.
They have wanted to put it on console for a long time, but I don't see it ever saying it's going to be on console. Plus, they have went on, like I was just about to say that, Toasty, thank you. They have said they want it to be PC exclusive, because they have always kind of wanted to make it as high of a quality as possible, and as technology increases, they want to increase the fidelity. So even when we get stronger and stronger computers later down the line, this game should always be the most demanding game on the market.
And that's why you guys need to get a dual PC setup.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can do it. You can do it all. But yeah, that's kind of like what I've been working on, trying to get figured out. I'm basically, honestly, with everything being so crazy high, I was thinking about just doing like a pre-build. Honestly, just finding a pre-build and then upgrading it slowly. Honestly, that was going to be my goal.
No, I messed everything up. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing wrong with pre-builds in the current climate that, building computers and stuff is. The main thing to pick on that, especially if you're going to be upgrading it and everything, is to make sure that your motherboards and CPU is very good. Because for example, with my PC, my NASA supercomputer that I stole from NASA, when I first stole it from NASA, it didn't have a great CPU in it. But I had that amazing graphics card, like top tier, and it bottlenecked on a lot of games that had high CPU usage and stuff. And I decided I would change out the CPU. You know, when you're changing your CPU out, if you have an older CPU, that means you have an older motherboard, and RAM changes. So like it was DDR3 or DDR4 RAM, and now it's like DDR5 or 6 or whatever it is. I don't even look at stuff after I buy stuff. But anyway, so I couldn't upgrade my CPU because I would have had to upgrade my motherboard. And because I'm upgrading my motherboard, it makes me have to upgrade my RAM. So I basically had to buy an entire PC minus the graphics card. And then now that I have a stronger CPU and more RAM and a better motherboard, I have to upgrade my power supply because now there's more power being pulled out. So, you know, I basically had to build the entire computer just having a graphics card.
Yep.
So if you do a pre-built, make sure that the CPU is either current gen or just one gen ago, so that when you upgrade, you're just adding RAM, you're just adding solid state drives, you're just adding graphics cards, because that is going to be the most important thing for you.
Yeah, the one I was looking at getting, it's the same platform that I'm using currently, which is a Ryzen 5 3600 with 3600 RAM and everything else. So I mean, and it's got I think it's a B450 motherboard, but it's basically on the same platform. It's just it's running a like a Ryzen or was it Radeon or Radiate, whatever. I know it's not an Intel graphics card or whatever, but it's like the Radeon, I don't know, 1660 or something like that, GXT or whatever. But yeah, that'd be about the only downside. But if it being my, what's that?
Just answering chat without talking over you.
Oh. Yeah, so like that's basically like the pre-build I was looking for. That way I could still have a decent graphics card, and it'd be great for honestly just being able to encode content. And that's the only thing I'd use it for, because the current one that I have now is great for gaming. It's great for everything. It's literally my workhorse. It does everything.
Yep. And being able to take the workload off of streaming will help out that PC a lot, because then you can run games at higher quality, and then you're recording higher quality textures for your videos. So that was why I went straight into dual PC, like right off the bat. Like I knew that was the way that I wanted to go, because I don't want to lower down to low settings and then film low settings.
Yeah, because then who wants that? It's just blech. Oh, and by the way, if anyone is streaming or new to streaming, 720p is fine. You don't have to go 900. You don't have to do whatever. Honestly, 720 is fine at 30 frames. Perfect.
And to one-up Dumpling on that, the reason why it is amazing is because Twitch limits you to 6,000 bitrate, and a 6,000 bitrate 1080p video looks like garbage. You can put it at 1080p, but you only get 6,000 bitrate. You need around 12 to 14,000 for a 1080p video, and 720p only needs 4,200. So if you have 6,000 bitrate in a 720p video, it is going to be a clean, crisp, beautiful 720p, whereas in 1080p it would be absolute hot garbage, especially if you do a lot of movement in your videos. If you do maybe just like little board games or art or something, and there's not a lot of movement, then maybe you can do 1080p.
Yeah, it's like, you know
Binding of Isaac, jazz hands.
It gets kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, it gets fuzzy. Binding of Isaac, Mario. But if you're playing like Call of Duty or anything where you're moving around, even just Minecraft, any sort of camera, blurry. I need an option for 480p for when I'm on the road. I'm affiliate working on partner. I should have the ability for you to like lower down it to 480p. I should have a slider. So,
heck yeah, man.
Actually, I can check real quick. Nope, I got janked out of it. The interesting thing, and you might not know this, Mr. Gentleman, let's see if you know this about Twitch, because I do my research. Sometimes an affiliate will have the slider where they can select 720p or 480 or 360 or 240. But
mine goes down to 160.
Yep. Mine doesn't right now. I only have the source 720p, and that is because currently there is however many Twitch partners currently streaming. They get priority of bandwidth over affiliates. And then, fun fact, affiliates get priority over normal users. You can get a quality slider without being affiliate, but it requires partners and affiliates to not be streaming at the time.
Yeah, because right now I'm at 720 source.
Yeah, I'm stuck at 720 source right now. I don't have any slider, but sometimes I do.
I mean, like we said, 720 is perfect. It'd be great, especially if you have 6K and you're only going to use 4 of it, so it's going to be perfect and it'd be mint.
Well, you use the whole 6K. It just looks, it's a more crisp 720.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I love it. So I have no problem with it. And then just remember, Twitch isn't everything. Also do YouTube videos. So I record in 1080p and I stream in 720p and everything is 60 frames per second with me because I believe in 60 frames. So.
Believe in it. It's religion.
It is.
So that's why I'm trying to jump on. I'm trying to jump on the whole TikTok. Twitch. I just put Twitch and TikTok, but doing TikToks more myself. Because I know I don't really. I try to do shorts. I try to do clips. I try to do that. So I have done a little bit of YouTube, but not very much. I kind of want to step more into doing a little bit of that, but I think at the moment I'm trying to get my TikTok figured out the way I want to do stuff.
Oh yeah. My goal is to have a decent TikTok following, and then when they put the live feature up, go live on there and funnel people to my Twitch.
Now, would that be against the affiliate agreement too? Is it that technically that'd be against it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely is.
Okay. I think, but as long as is it different if you're not actually showing any gameplay and you're just talking kind of thing? Because I've seen that sometimes.
Twitch owns TikTok. The right to all of your audio and all of your video for 24 hours as an affiliate after you have finished streaming. After 24 hours, you can do whatever you want with it.
Gotcha.
But when I was saying going live and funneling, I'm not saying I'm doing the same live stream. I'm actually going to run reruns.
Oh, nice. That's actually really smart. I like that. Beautiful. Oh man, I can't wait to get some of your Brim merch. I want your little dude on a hat. It'd be so nice.
Bro, you can go ahead and get the sticker and then you can put it anywhere. Put it on your mailbox, put it on a folder, put it on a mug, throw it on, your side of your PC and ruin it.
Hey man, dude, I got a really sweet dumpling sticker on mine.
I know you do.
Thanks to Miss Havoc. Honestly, without her and her freaking, I don't even know what she used. I think it was an Etsy or something like that, or whatever it was. It's like a sticker machine, but it was amazing. It turned out super good, super awesome, and kudos to her. Tattoo time. What are we talking about? What? Maybe tattoo time.
Yeah, get the Brimthen logo tattooed. I'll give you a lifetime subscription. Promise. Dare somebody.
That's right. Just get Brimthen right here on my chest.
Has to be larger than 4 inches. I refuse anything less. You gotta be dedicated. I'm not doing a Brimthen tattoo that's just on your pinky. You know what I mean? 4-inch tattoo or larger.
You know how funny that'd be though? Just have a little oh geez.
A little dumpling.
It's like a little dude. It's so
funny. Dumpling logo.
You know what you could do though, right? Hey, so if you get something tattooed on your right hand, like a little stick figure, he could be your right hand man.
It's actually dope. Speaking on tattoos, I've always wanted a tattoo. Pretty much when I was little, I wanted a beard and I wanted a tattoo. The problem is I have never found something that I wanted to tattoo on my body because I have this rule for myself. If I get into something and I feel like I want a tattoo of it, give it 2 weeks. If I still want it after 2 weeks, cool, we'll go get it. The problem that I have, and this is why I slow my horses and give myself that rule, my interests and hobbies change rapidly. My favorite anime changes, my favorite color, purple stays pretty consistent, but my favorite music, my favorite song changes every day.
Purple, baby. I wear purple every day.
But I like the first tattoo that I legitimately got close to doing. I was going to get Guts's Berserk tattoo on the back of my neck. Nice. Because it's a super cool like mark thing, and I really was considering that, but I just I got into another anime. That anime got like super interesting to me, and I end up just fading away from stuff, and then my memory and my brain just doesn't mix well with tattoos anyway.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you don't have like a Dark Souls tattoo, or at least like your favorite weapon.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what I would tattoo on myself for Dark Souls. Maybe the Dark Sign, but like I'm not really affiliated with the Dark Sign very well. Maybe, a Covenant or something, but a lot of the items and symbolism in Dark Souls isn't really like a cool tattoo. Like if I go get an Eye of Death put on my arm, like it's a brown circle with weird brown specks all in it. Like it don't look good, you know what I mean? So
right.
It would also have to be something that's interesting.
Or like your favorite boss. You can get like Ornstein and Smoke.
That's a good point too.
You can have him like side by side, like Ornstein in front, Smoke in the back, with his hammer like this on his shoulder.
But see, now that's just too much. We're getting into like character details, and I would have to find like a really good tattoo artist that could really make a good image. And tattoos are hard with me. I'm very picky. So
Indeed. Well, see, because like
I'm a picky
Ornstein is a lion, right? Or is he more like a jaguar? Like his whole facial structure.
Ornstein's a lion.
He's a lion. Yeah, you could. Okay. I just thought like a really cool idea. So
the old bonfire, yeah.
Oh, well, I was thinking kind of have like Ornstein's mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like having like the bonfire itself, and then having his helmet like on the sword with the bonfire.
That's a pretty cool tattoo idea.
Exactly. See what I mean?
But whether or not I would still want to keep going with it after 2 weeks.
Exactly. But like it sounds cool. I was like, that's kind of dope.
Oh yeah, I could come up with a ton of stuff that sounds cool. I could sit here and create great ideas, get a whole back tattoo featuring every single boss, or even just like the map itself, because it's all one big map put together, and getting a tattoo where you can go from like Anor Londo's skies all the way down into the abyss, and like everything in between put into one.
Honestly, I love that map. I'm starting to enjoy Dark Souls 3's like map, but I think honestly the remastered has got to be one of my favorite maps.
Oh yeah,
like it's just so nice. It's so intuitive. It's got such a good flow to it, because I feel kind of confused doing Dark Souls 3, like running through stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, so I just because like I'll fall through the floor and I'm like, oh, so I missed that boss, or I did this. So I don't know. It's just I feel like sometimes like I get kind of confused and lost, because like I'll take a misstep and I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. With the other one, you get back so easily. It's so, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It feels like more of a nicer experience.
There's like 400 shortcuts in Dark Souls 1. Everything leads back to bonfire. Like everything leads back to the bonfire you was just at.
That's why I'm so glad that I was actually able to get introduced through you. It was just such a wonderful experience.
I'm a good teacher when it comes to Dark Souls, honestly. But I love new players' expressions when they kick the ladder and go down the ladder to Undead Berg's bonfire,
and they're like oh.
what do you mean I'm back here? Like what? And then they realize, oh, I can use this bonfire and then climb up the ladder, and that actually is a shortcut, like, for me to get to where I'm at right now. And then they get to Capra Demon, and they find that shortcut that leads back to that same friggin' bonfire, and every single time the jaw drops, and they're just like, well, that's the best bonfire for Capra now, but I'm back here. Like,
that's what I was like. I was like, what do you mean? You're like, kick the ladder. This, and I was like, what? What are you talking about?
I love it. I love those two expressions when they see that bonfire again for the second time. They're like, because I always, like, I even did it to Bjorn. I said, do you know where you are? And like, he got used to me saying that, and he's like, I'm back, aren't I? Yep, you're back. You're back at Firelink Shrine. You're back at the bonfire. You're back at, wherever. It was constant. Oh, man. Those were always the best moments. Just watching new players' reactions to just like shortcuts or seeing bosses for the first time. Those are always my favorite. Or just like finding a skip. So...
Exactly, dude. Being able to find a skip, being able to go past the bosses, super nice.
Oh yeah.
Plus, like watching your like doing the glitches was like super fun. You're like, hey, watch this. And you're just like reloading. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, bloop, boop. You just like end up on a wall. And you're just like, doo, 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 doo. I was wait.
Here I am at Kappa Demon before even upgrading a weapon.
Oh yeah. It's so much fun. So much fun.
I know a few things like they're old. I don't even know if they work in the remaster, but like I know a way to skip the first time you see Seath. Like you can skip all of Duke Archives. You can just like it's going up that first elevator. You just do a special way of like rolling or whatever, and you can jump off to the side and go right down to the bonfire that you're trying to get to. So you skip all of Duke Archives. You don't even go to prison. You don't even deal with the little squid monster dudes. You just immediately get to that other bonfire and just go out.
That doesn't break the game at all? It doesn't break the game at all?
No, you don't have... it's a whole other thing. So you just go down there, kill Seath, and Seath is still technically inside Duke's Archives at the same time.
That's so weird. That's so weird. I love it, though. That's awesome.
Let's see if I know any other ones. I used to do a dragon head glitch when I was doing PvP stuff on the PlayStation 3 because with the PlayStation 3, it's kind of difficult to make characters and stuff like for PvP. So what I would do is I would delete all the patches. I would, completely delete the game, go into offline mode, and then run down to can't even think of the place, but it's where the Dragon Covenant is. Join the Dragon Covenant, get the dragon's head, find literally any hard soul out there, and then flip your controller a certain way while trying to breathe fire from the dragon's head, and it will pop the soul, and it will continue to keep popping the soul for infinite souls. Because as long as you can hold the dragon's fire, it will keep popping souls. So you just you get infinite souls, level yourself up really high, and then just like go play PvP. That's the only way I will mention. That was the only thing I ever did it for, to level up so that I could fight in player versus player, to play duels and stuff, or to like catch up with a friend so I could co-op with him or whatever.
Dueling you wasn't very intense. Like, oh my goodness, our first duel is insane.
Well, I've done PvP for friggin' 10 years, or whatever it is. 2012 ago, 16 years, I guess it is. Or is that more than that? Hold up. How long ago is that? Whatever 2012 was. 2011.
It's like 20 years ago.
That's 10 years. 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
2011 is 10 years ago.
10.
I'm bad at math.
Jeez. It's late.
I'm just super bad at math. I've been doing PvP since then, and the biggest strat that a lot of PvPers have is to try to get those backstab. We call it backstab fishing. So I do what's called anti-backstab fishing. But now a lot of people do anti-backstab fishing. So I have a second method that not many people do, which is called anti-backstab. So and it's just a couple of frames though to do it, because so you got two guys and they're already trying to get each other's back. One guy does the anti-backstab to get around behind the guy faster. So you only have a couple of frames to do an anti-backstab, and that's when you realize he's doing an anti-backstab. So you just flick your analog stick to the right for like maybe 4 or 5 frames or whatever, and it does an anti-backstab where you get immediately behind him. Because you remember me showing you anti-backstab. You would go for a backstab and I would just be instantly behind you. It's that, but it's even more instant on the guy that was trying to insta-backstab me. So there's just like this little, like my fingers look like this. It just goes, and then it's backstabbing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful every time. It so rarely happens too, because usually you'll just get backstabbed because it's frame perfect almost. But I love it. Every time I can pull it off, it's amazing. So I don't get those too often. But I did a couple of them to Focal. I know, yeah, it was Focal and you, because I was teaching you guys anti-backstab, and I was like, now watch this. And I'm like, I still got you. Like,
oh, it was intense. It was so much fun though. And then they kept having random pop in. It was really funny.
Yep, it was great.
And then we go fight those randoms.
Oh yeah. Then we had that like Dragon Covenant guy that I kept summoning in and just like,
oh yeah,
dominating him.
At the forest.
Yeah, at the forest. And then he didn't want to be summoned anymore, so he would cancel the summons and stuff. And I was trying to give him dragon scales to help him out, because that's what he was farming, was to get, full dragon body. But he wouldn't fight me anymore because I kept killing him too quick.
Yeah. You're such an assassin. You're so good.
It's awesome. I love Dark Souls. It's a whole mood.
It is really, and it's genuinely like an experience I feel like everybody should at least go through at least once to, because everyone's experience is going to be different. It's going to be a different time for everyone, and I think it's really fun, and it's honestly, I was really trash when I first started. Like I kind of had some of the rolls down because I played Monster Hunter for X amount of years. I got really good at that, and then it was an easier transition. But starting off in Remastered, I think it was a really good experience, good starting point, honestly.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little critical of you. Don't feel bad about it.
It's fine.
Your first playthrough was awesome. You ended up getting the super big bonk and just bonked your way through the entire campaign. I did warn you early though that bonk doesn't teach as well as other weapons, and that it would hinder you later down the line. Because when you jumped over to Dark Souls 3 and you didn't have the bonk, you had some struggles, and you gotta admit, it was a little bit harder of an experience.
Oh yeah, and the enemies are way faster. They're more relentless. Like they don't give you a break.
Yep.
Dark and Remastered, it's way slower pace. It's like the entire game is training you
for Dark Souls 3. Yep, for Dark Souls 3. I'm not saying the bonk was a bad choice, because obviously it's the highest damage in the game, but highest damage isn't necessarily always the best. Like for the Claymore, for example, I can out damage you with the Claymore because I'm hitting you more often. I might deal half the damage or even a little less than that, but
like a third, yeah.
But I can hit you 3 times, so really at the end of the day, per one shot that the bonk does, the Claymore hits 3 and does 1 more slice worth of damage. So a bonk and a half.
Right.
And with the slowness of a super heavy weapon like that, you don't have as many opportunities to hit. So you're like wading through longer patterns. So like with Artorias, for example, you're only hitting him on certain animations. Whereas with Claymore, you have moments where you can hit him once, you have moments where you can hit him twice, you have moments where you can hit him 3 times, which is where the bonk usually gets to hit. So I'm hitting him more often with the Claymore, or even like a rapier or even a faster weapon can hit him 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, some of them. Like that's the beauty of a straight sword,
Yes, so the only way I got to beat Artorias, honestly, was I was getting him with my rolls, because like instead of waiting like the super long hit time using it, you get like an insta hit when you roll. You know what I mean? Which was super nice.
Oh yeah. But now the bonk did teach you something, and it is a very important fundamental thing, which is positioning and timing. Because you gotta be out of the way and have enough time to go, now let me pick it up. Now roll.
Especially like one hand and a shield. Yeah.
So.
Oh man.
So talk your positioning really quick.
Let's say learning with Dark Souls 3 though, it's a lot of dex weapons. So I mean, I know I'm going more of a strength build currently, but I don't know. I think I might want to. I don't know if I have time to switch over. I don't know, because I'm already like up there. So I don't know. I might have to stick with a strength build for this playthrough.
You probably want to stick with a straight, like whatever you've currently already been going into. Like the best tips that I give people for Dark Souls is you choose between strength, dex, or one of the magics. Once you've made that choice, only level those stats to where you can use the weapon that you want to use or the spell that you want to use. After that, endurance. Endurance! All of the endurance! Health means nothing. You're going to die just as fast, if not even faster. Because what happens, okay? If you went 99 vitality and like next to none in the endurance, sure, you're going to take a lot more hits. You're going to take maybe 3 or 4 more hits. But that's just 3 or 4 more hits. If you don't have the stamina to get out of the way, if you don't have the skill to roll, you're going to get hit 3 or 4 more times. What's the matter? Like,
yeah. Yeah, if you can take the beating, they're going to give it to you because you're going to be so tired. You're not going to be able to block. You can't roll. Yeah. You stand there. You get punished. It's it's a punishing thing.
Oh yeah. And this is the thing why I always go more endurance than I have health. My endurance bar should be higher than my health or I'm doing something wrong because I should have just enough health to take a hit from a boss and not die, but I have enough endurance to roll away and be in a position where the boss can't hit me and go, and as long as I can roll away and drink, I'm gonna live. Because I am a coward, and if I get hit even once, I'm getting out of there and drinking. Pass me the Sunny D.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of hydration, I'm gonna take one real quick.
No, speaking of hydration, let's do this. You got a pint glass?
I'd have to grab it.
We gotta do it, bro. We gotta find out who's faster.
I've got this one.
Gotta get a pint glass. Yeah, yell at Mrs. Dumpling. Be like, all right, I need a pint glass.
Here, look, give me 30 seconds. Hang on. Get you. Hang on.
We gotta do it, man. You know. Appreciate the resubscription there, Nance. Sorry, it's been a little while. I'm always, kind of doing the guest side of things. I know you don't mind either, but yes, we will mark this day in the book, Daniel, for sure. Thank you for Sabadas for hanging out with us. Thank you for Toasty Brit for hanging out and talking with us. Here in a moment, when we get done with Mr. Dumpling, we'll have a little AMA moment here where you can ask Mr. Dumpling any questions that you want. Be thinking about some questions if you want. If you have any questions for me, I have a little place over on TikTok where you hit the Q&A button on my bio. If you don't mind, just send me a little question there, and I'll make a video dedicated to you so that everybody can see it, and it'll be great fun. Also, I got a vote currently going on in the announcements page of my Discord. You should join the Discord if you haven't already. It's a wonderful time. Absolutely wonderful time. Yeah.
I have a little bit. Not very much.
It just clicked in my brain. Like I was doing this for my stream. It just clicked in my brain. I was doing something for my stream and I forgot that like everything I'm doing is coming over on your stream. So like I just like hyper advertised myself on your end. I'm sorry.
Hang on, you look, you see this? Oh yeah. That is a lot. Oh, Jelly, you got a little thing right there.
Oh heck yeah, I do, man. I drink all the time.
Got a little cooler, huh? Start calling you the water boy. H2O.
H2O. All right, Dumpling. Here's the rules. I'm gonna say go, and you drink it faster than me. That's it.
Oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna die.
Tell you what. Oh, I just lost you, bro.
What? No, you're still good on my end. Hang on. No, I'm still good.
Oh, it timed out. Okay, my cameraman timed out. Sorry. My cameraman failed to do his job.
Oh.
Yeah, how dare you? Out for a second. Discord does that sometimes, I guess. I didn't realize it. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of fun on this one, okay?
Ugh.
I'm going to put the bet of 5 gifted subs on this.
Oh,
now, you don't have to make a bet. You don't have to bet, but I'm going to put a bet. I have nothing but loss, but I have massive pride. Massive pride. Giant ego.
You've beaten Bjorn. You've beaten Nance.
Nance is easy though. Let's be honest. Let's all be honest. Like Nance is easy.
I did one for you, and I almost died trying to do one for you. But I indeed have a pint glass.
All right, me too. I got it just about as full as yours there. But you got to remember on pint glasses as well. Like mine is a very classic pint glass. The pint is actually right here. There's the head bubble. I have a head bubble on mine.
Don't worry about the labeling. Okay, I know it says Jim something, but we're not going to worry about what it says.
Jim Bean.
It's good.
It's good. Go and get it. All right, on the count of 3 here, buddy. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Ah.
You gave up when I was done.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Ah. Maybe one day. That's right. Do your little happy dance. Do your little happy dance. Fine. I'm at least gonna finish it though.
Oh yeah, definitely got to finish it, bro.
I don't know how you do that. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Bro, you want to know how I do it? Just like with Dark Souls, I always try to do the hardest thing first. And once you learn how to do the hardest thing first, everything else just feels easy.
Dude, the Stein, man. It's so nice. It's nice. It's so cool. I would love to have a boot. I can't even chug normal though. So.
Oh yeah. Genuine Warsteiner boot, baby. I love it.
Like I'm like I need to breathe, and I'm like no, I'm gonna die. So can't do it.
Yeah, that's another sponsorship I would like is a Warsteiner sponsorship. I would.
Wink, wink.
Right. I tried to grab Tobuscus. I tried to grab Tobuscus recently. I did. In the video of like why did you start making content creation, I added Tobuscus and like showed a little bit of his like first Minecraft stuff and whatnot. And like I
like one of your main inspirations, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was one of my main inspirations from back in the day, and I've always wanted to kind of meet him and like talk to him and that kind of thing. He fell from grace there a little while ago, but you know, I don't know what the full situation of that is. I didn't look into it, but you know, he is still a funny dude. He's like still making TikToks, and he's like making TikToks and stuff now. I just don't, I don't know what happened, because like he used to be like a household name. You know, he used to be like everybody watched Tobuscus, safety court. You know what I mean? Like, God, he was awesome. So I just always have wanted to meet him and or just even just voice chat with him. You know what I mean? Just talk to the guy. I think
the other day I showed my children a nugget and a biscuit.
Hey, you know,
they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like dancing and singing to it, and they're like, what are you talking? I'm like, I'll show you. Don't worry.
Hey, you gotta.
I will educate you.
You gotta dip it in mashed potatoes, bro.
Dip it in the mashed potato.
Right. So, I tried to give the little hint, wink, wink to see if he could come over on the podcast. Dude, I doubt it. It's such a long shot. It would be like winning the lottery, you know. So, but I would love to just sit and talk to him and just like tell him, you know, you were a big inspiration. Like I watched a lot of your stuff. Like I grew up basically with Tobuscus. So
yeah, being able to pick his brain would be super cool, man. It'd be so awesome.
So.
That's why I love coming on here, dude, because I get to pick your brain and I get to learn all new stuff. I get to like, it's awesome, man. It's really nice.
Yeah, now you got to set up on your stream where you could do podcasts. So you could just bring on people now. Like you could do it too. Call it Dumplings Dabbles.
I like it. It's not bad. Dumplings dabbles.
Dude, I like wordplay. I've always loved a, two similar words with the same like letter frequency, like Brimthen Barlow, Beyond Birthday, stuff like that. And
Bigelow,
I love that stuff. I've always loved that stuff. So I've always played with that, Bite and Chomplo. Nance's T-Rex.
Oh man.
So I've stuck with it, kept going with it. But let's see, what else is there? How have you been liking Star Citizen so far? You've been mostly riding in the gunner seat and being out in space and stuff. Let's hear about your side of Star Citizen.
I wish he looked at you the same. Yes. Sorry, I'm reading my own chat. I apologize. So,
it's what okay, I've done read it. Where was that going? I want to know now. So I'm curious.
Mr. Havoc says, I wish Mr. Havoc looked at me the way he looks at your stream. That's funny. I love it. But no, so what I've been like Star Citizen, I've been enjoying it a lot. I'm still getting used to flying. I'm super not good. But I mean, from what we have played and what we did do, sorry. He just said Zazzy Dumpling. A bunch of hearts.
Zazzy Dumpling.
Yeah, so like I'm getting used to flying. I think last time we were messing around, you were in your Starfare and I was in the Winnebago, and I got it impounded because I didn't understand where to land. So I just said, you know what? We were actually in the same bay, and I don't know if you clipped it or not, or put it on TikTok yet, but like as he's coming down to land, I literally take the Winnebago, flip it this way, and go past him.
Yeah, I wish I could have saw your perspective on it or got a better view, because I saw it, but like, okay, where the Star Citizen's so big, my clip of it is I've got my camera above the vehicle, and I'm trying to lower it down, type deal. I'm in a top view of the Starfarer, and I see it. I see this little like flash of just like white and red, and it just goes right out of screen, and I just hear you go, I did it.
That could have ended badly for both of us.
I'm wondering if what happened, and I can't know without like seeing your perspective on it and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I wonder if what happened was you had a different bay from me, but it was maybe closer, because I know they give the smaller ships different things, and you just saw my bay was open, so you went like to that bay and was like trying to.
I just floated down there. I was like, meh. I was like, this would be fine. You're like, I'm coming down. I was like, you're doing what?
I'm coming down, even if it blows you up, because like I don't have a lot of time to land, and I'm a big ship.
I just didn't realize. I was like, okay. I was like, maybe I can get past him. So I sat there and got all the way to the corner. I looked up. I literally had the ship vertically. So I'm like this, and I'm like, go.
And that literally, I'm looking down, you're looking up, and I just see this little out of the bay.
Oh, dude, I wish I could have got like someone else's perspective. It would have been amazing.
Oh yeah.
Just to see me like whiz, because like literally, I had like this much to get past you. I had like no room. It was insane. But I'm loving it. I'm having so fun. I was playing Space. Was it Space Marine?
Yep, Space Marine. Star Marine.
Star Marine, super fun. Mm-hmm. Another question for you.
Oh.
If you could be anything, would you rather be a Spartan from the Halo series, right? Be a Spartan, or would you rather be a Space Marine from Warhammer?
Well, I will start off by saying a Space Marine from Warhammer will beat a Spartan from Halo heartbeat. Like there's no competition. there's literally zero competition. Mm-hmm. Their plasma pistol would just like blow them to like they wouldn't have a torso anymore if they shot a Spartan. Plasma pistols are insanity. Heck, they sometimes kill their own users and stuff. He's lost. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for 7 months so far, man. God, it's been 7 months, man. Good Lord. That's a long time. I'm starting to feel old. But
I know. There's lost.
Yeah. And Sir Baldus, you brought up the point that I was about to make. I'm just waiting on him to kind of like,
Sorry.
Spartans have an easier life though. So like I would prefer to be a Star Marine as far as power and just being able to just like wreck, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But Spartans definitely have a better life than 40k Marines. To be a Space Marine in the 40k universe is a very painful existence. So
I've heard that they have like a cast iron stomach, so they could literally ingest any kind of poison or anything, and then because of the way they're designed, because they're so heavily modified, that they can literally just pass any kind of poison. Like they could eat a rock with like I don't know, radiation, like something on it, right? Just eat the rock and be fine, which is insane.
It's the classic like sci-fi stuff, their bones are almost made out of metal. Their skin, their blood is thick. Their stomachs are cast iron. They're 9-foot tall behemoths with power armor that like stops anything just about. But genuinely, just on the smallest thing, their plasma pistol would absolutely just wreck a Spartan. Because you got to remember in the Halo universe, a basic ballistics pistol can kill through their shields and stuff, and then shoot through their armor. So you can kill a Spartan with just a basic pistol. In the 40k universe, we don't have anything that's a basic gun. Our smallest weaponry, the bullets are soda cans, and they explode on impact. We basically always shoot grenade launcher bullets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's every weapon, unless it's plasma. Like, if you scale up and go with a twin bolter heavy gun type thing, it is firing these giant soda can exploding penetrator super rounds, and it is shooting them as fast as, like, any gun you've ever seen. It's just like it's nothing. Like, but the
I'll be back. You're okay.
Yeah, okay.
Just 1 second, I'll be back.
I have an answer to your question.
Emergency.
It's all good. It's all good. Family comes first, man. I totally get it. But I have an answer for you. And I deliberated with my chat, and we came up with the best answer.
Okay.
So we started with like what my favorite race is in 40k, which is AdMech. But I decided that I didn't want to be subservient and not really have my brain power. Like, I still want to be me. At the end of the day, I don't want to be a battery for the machines at the end of the day.
Right.
I don't want to go Imperial Guard, because then I have a gun pointed at the back of my head, Russian style, and told to move forward, and I'm in the trenches, and I'm probably just going to get crushed.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. I don't want to be a Tyrannid, because, again, hive mind, I still want to be my own personality, and more than likely, if I went Tyrannid, I'd end up being one of the little bugs that gets crushed by a tank or something. So, Zalost mentioned Tau, and I do agree with Tau. Though I didn't pick Tau. Tau's a good pick because they at least have a very comfortable life in a very safe city, and they actually can go about their days and like have a decent semi-life. They're still subservient, but it's more on the lines of dictatorship and that kind of thing. But they're not suffering in the Tau Empire, so to speak. There are some that suffer in the Tau Empire because nowhere's good in 40k. But I decided that if I wanted to have the most fun, have the most personality, and still be tough and semi-powerful, Mecha Boy from Orcs, being one of the brainy Orcs, where I'm not like your normal orc. I'm one of the dudes that make the crazy weapons and crazy vehicles that they end up having. I'm the dude that builds stuff for people.
Nice.
They usually lop off their arm and put this giant claw thing on there, and I think that's super cool. And that helps them like build machinery and that kind of stuff. So it's like all the joys of AdMech, which is my favorite race, but I get to be myself, and I get all the perks of being an orc and just having fun. So I decided orc, and I can, fairly decently hold my own against Space Marines and Spartans and stuff. So,
And that's just, I don't know, though, losing a limb to be able to.
Yeah, but I have a fully functional, like, claw hand. We're talking about the power claw, this giant mech hand that I just go around and crush goblins' heads with.
So you're
like it's so cool.
Like Inspector Gadget style, like the claw, like that, or
no, it's just straight up like, imagine a giant wrench, but like on my arm.
Okay, so kind of like, oh, what's
Think
the
of
one guy?
clamps from Futurama. Clamps, clamp, but like really big and more like industrial looking. Be a pain boy.
Okay.
That's it. I'd be a pain boy. Pain boy's a good one too. Hey, pain boy is a great one.
Though. That would still hurt though, like crazy. Just be like, hold still.
Yeah.
But
that's all the passive boon. Okay. I know that when I die as an orc, unless they completely atomize me and burn everything that I am, that if they just leave a single toenail of my body on that planet, I will form and become more orcs, and they will start a war, and they will raise off and get revenge for my corpse. And they will bud off and spore off like mushrooms, and a whole army of orcs will spawn from my toenail. So it's, I like that.
Awesome.
So I can have some post-death fun,
That's kind of dope, honestly.
Yeah.
That's big thinking.
Yeah, there's some ad mechs that have a lot of stories about orcs. They're like super worried about orcs getting on their planets because ad mech takes a lot of time. They go find a moon and they like colonize that moon, and then they hollow out the moon. They take they remove the core, remove the mantle, remove everything, and turn it into a giant factory where they just produce guns, produce armor, produce like everything on the planet, and like the atmosphere becomes smog, and like any normal person couldn't breathe there, which is why they have all these cybernetics and stuff, and they're like controlled by like. An ad mech does not have control over their life. It is the low orbit Adeptus Mechanicus priests that control everything on the planet, and they just kind of go around and do their thing and fight or whatever it is that they're doing. And where they don't have to breathe, they just produce smog and put a giant smog all over the planet. But getting back to orcs, and this is why the toenail thing is so important. A single orc found a way to get on a transport ship and ended up on a planet. That single orc was found by a tech priest. That tech priest relayed the information to the ship in orbit and immediately died to the orc, obviously, because the orc is awesome and just going to beat the crap out of him. And the tech priests in orbit sent down a beacon to the whole planet, told them to send all data to their reserves, and then they atomized the planet, the whole planet, for one orc. They atomized the entire friggin' factory, this friggin' moon that they have spent 100 years or so building a factory here, producing all these guns, atomized it down to its molecular level for one orc.
Wow.
Like, straight up.
That's intense.
And then something similar happened on another one with Tyranids, because a Tyranid invasion started happening. So they set the oxygen on fire.
That sounds terrible. Oh my god.
No,
just like in general, just like, you know what sounds good today? It's like all their oxygen, set it on fire.
Because AdMech doesn't care. Like, it's just bodies that they're controlling with machines. Everything is expendable to AdMechs. As long as we send our data to the main fleet, as long as we send the data to the main fleet, we'll evaporate it. The battery thing, that's a genuine thing. We have things called dune crawlers. They're like tanks, but they have little spider legs to walk on moons and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
There's no person inside that commanding it. It's being commanded by the low orbit whatever. But there are AdMech people in the tank. They're in a gelatinous ooze being dissolved as a battery so that the tank can move. There's usually about 2 or 3 AdMech cyborgs in a stasis goo being dissolved and used as battery or fuel.
Ugh.
And then when the fuel runs out in like 50, 100 years or something like that, they usually just abandon the dune crawler because usually it's taken enough damage or gotten worn enough that they don't do repairs on it. They just send another one in.
Wow. That's insane.
Now, sometimes there is an AdMech that isn't being used as battery, but he's usually a turret gunner. They got him on the top of it, and he's on the turret just sitting there. Like,
that's insane, though, just to think about that they use people for battery. I mean, do they use like genetic clones, so like they have always got something going on, or they just like get people like, oh yeah, let's grab this newborn, throw it in the ship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my, that's crazy.
Yeah, welcome to 40K.
That brings a whole new term to like gelatinous cube. You know what I mean? Like they already like gelatin. You know what I mean? Like
there's
insane.
There's nothing good in 40K. They're like everything is dark, bleak. There's no ray of hope. Everybody is at war. Everybody is fighting for survival. And it's the way it should be at the end of the day, because like you're looking at 40,000 years in the future. We've broke open the warp. Demons are coming out. We see the visible universe. Here's how bleak it is. We see the visible universe. We know how far the universe is. Guess what's at the edge of our visible universe?
Demons.
No matter which direction you go, all the way encircling our universe is Tyranids. We have no idea how far the Tyranids go out or how far the universe goes, but we know that we're circled by Tyranids and everything outside of our visible field is Tyranids. So eventually, that is just going to grow smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Tyranids will end up being the last race in the universe at some point in time.
Oh, goodness.
So,
that kind of like puts like an eerie feeling in my stomach. I don't know. It's so weird just to like think about that.
But Tyranids are super cool. They have things called gene stealers who basically are the first people that they send into a planet. Gene stealer gets down there. He starts eating anything that moves. Like he just like Predator or Alien style just rushes at noise, eats it.
Wow.
Then he finds a cave and he incubates and basically takes the DNA from the creature that he ate. And he will create like a pod or whatever. Something I need to brush up on it a little bit, but he'll create something and it will be like a beacon to send to the brood ship, which is just by the way, their spaceships aren't actually ships. It's just a giant Tyranid that like has Tyranids inside of its stomach that it shoots out. Oh yeah, no, it's super gross. Tyranids are super gross. Anyway, it sends out that beacon, and that just says that there's genetic material here. And they will then send in more people, more gene stealers to check out other stuff. And what happens is these gene stealers are scouts. They're looking for genetic code that they can absorb into their bodies and then enhance themselves to become even stronger. So, for example, humans, we had ballistic guns and we shot Tyranids. The Tyranids learned to grow stronger armor to fight against our guns. So we started shooting them with plasma and like stronger guns and explosive bolter rounds. Yeah, it's Zerg with extra steps. It's actually what Zergs were based off of because 40K has been around longer than StarCraft and everything. So Tyranids are the original Zerg. But
that's cool.
They grow and change things. So if they feel like they need a longer tongue to survive better, they'll grow longer tongues or, you know, whatever they need to do things. So slowly over time, everything will just be devoured by Tyranids.
That's so morbid though.
That's life, man. Eventually the sun's going to explode in our real life world. Like eventually our universe will be gone.
This is true.
everything fades to black, baby. That's just how it is.
Gets so deep through Warhammer. It got so deep.
And that's why I'm religious, because at least I have something to hope for. But I don't talk about religion on any of this, though.
No.
But
yeah, dude, we've covered so many amazing topics. Like, we've gone through all of the ups and downs, you know, all of your successes. It's amazing, dude. Watching you rise, literally like Phoenix.
I still don't look at myself as successful because all of this hype could die out tomorrow. Like, I'm just continuing to do what I do, like entertain people. Hopefully people will continue to like my content and continue to push forward, you know. Like, I really appreciate it, and it's a humbling experience, but at the end of the day, I still don't look at myself as if I'm like, you know, I'm still nobody.
But you know what I mean, though? Like, you know, like, all the stuff that's gone through, it's been awesome. It's been so freaking good.
Oh. My cameraman does not want to stick around for some reason.
There you
go. But yeah, I think it is time to wrap up. We'll take just a moment here. Anybody in chat that has a question for MrDumpling, go ahead and speak now, and we will throw up some. Maybe Dumpling's chat has some questions for me. And if nobody does, we'll just wrap it up. Anybody? Speak now, forever hold your peace. This is your moment.
Like, if not,
ask the
it's
legend
fine.
anything.
If not, it's okay.
What's it like being the legend?
Pretty great, you know. Good life. It's getting better. Got good friends, you know. It's nice.
Does MrDumpling actually like dumplings?
I do indeed. I love having, you know, them filled with like pockets of meat. Like, if you fill them with pork and you fry them up, so freaking good. I love chicken and dumplings as well.
Oh, we have a genuinely good question here. Why the wig?
Well, okay, so the reason that I wear the wig is because I wanted to embody how I feel, because I love the 80s. I mean, you can see it all around. I've been infatuated with the 80s ever since I was a little kid. You know, big hair, big everything. And I used to always love like big hair bands like Van Halen, freaking.
That makes sense.
All of them. Just every them. You know, and if you guys ever get a chance, I know. Look, if you guys ever get a chance, there's a new big hair kind of band. They're called Steel Panther. They're amazing. They're wonderful. They're kind of raunchy, but it's super nice and embodies like the entire bit of the 80s. And like, that's what I've always loved. Like, another one of my favorite movies is like Back to the Future. You know what I mean? How they have all that amazing tech, and they use a DeLorean, which is so awesome. So good. You know? And it's just how I embody myself in the 80s, you know, aviators, because I used to love Top Gun, you know, that was a big thing. You know, and I love the big hair. I'm looking into getting a better wig eventually. I'm trying to, and I want to get an actual like leather jacket that I like to wear. But that's here nor there.
You gotta get little spikes on the shoulders.
I feel like the hair would get caught though, and it'd be like, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Get the real thick, like the ones where, you know.
You're talking about the ones that are like. But yeah, that's kind of why I do the whole 80s vibe, because it's just, honestly, I love synthwave. It's one of my favorite things to listen to. Flambo actually gets tired of it sometimes. She's like, is that all you listen to? I was like, yeah, I love it. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm in the electro swing. It's kind of the same, but not.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been infatuated with that. It's like where all my heroes came from. You know, like Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis. You know, Costner, all of them back in the 80s, man. It was a time to be alive, you know. Neon was big.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I put all of my heroes up on my wall and bought their vinyls. Oh Lord. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. I appreciate you being on here again, man. It was a great podcast.
Yes, sir. You too, man.
You know, I look forward to going off into the stars with you again, and genuinely, like I have really enjoyed the company of every one of my streamer friends, but like me and you, we have vibed out constantly. We're in each other's Snapchats. We've been hanging out constantly and like just chatting back and forth, you know, throwing ideas back at each other. It's really helpful to have that guy to be like, hey, is this a good idea? And then run
Does this work?
there. Does this work? You know, how do you set this up? You know, like just having somebody to like throw settings at and that kind of thing. You know, so I've really enjoyed your friendship. I've enjoyed, you know, every one of my streamer friends' friendships. So, you know, hopefully we can make a whole bunch more memories together, bro. And you know, I'll see you on your next stream. And you know, see you in my chat on my next stream.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Use well.